What is up, my fellow Ravens fans? Welcome back to another episode of Flock Talk. Today, we are discussing the top 3 keys the Baltimore Ravens need to do in order to come away with a massive win over the Detroit Lions on Sunday. But first, before we get into all that good stuff, welcome to Flock Talk. If you are new here, do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Help me grow this channel. All we do is talk about the Baltimore Ravens here. So if you're a Ravens fan, I don't know what you're waiting for. So hit that subscribe button, like the video, and let's get right into it. So, as you all know, they have a big-time showdown with the Detroit Lions, who are red hot, riding a 4-game winning streak, 5-1 on the season. This is not a typical Lions team that we've seen in years past. This team is much improved, and they're playing really, really well on both sides of the ball. And it's going to be the Ravens' biggest challenge because this is the best team they have played all season. I know they've played all 3 divisional opponents, which add a different element of tough, but this is the best team they've played. And they're going to have to do a lot of things a lot better than they've been doing if they're going to win. So, first thing on the list here, they have to limit the turnovers and win the turnover battle. They cannot be spotting the Detroit Lions' extra possessions by fumbling the ball. Last week, they were much improved on that. I think it was the first game of the season that they didn't lose a fumble. They have to continue with that. If they start losing fumbles, it could turn into a long day for the Ravens. This offense is too good to be putting on the field and putting the Ravens defense in a disadvantage in field position and just leaving them on the field for long periods of time. They need to limit the Lions' possessions, keep the ball as long as they can away from Jared Goff in that very good offense. Lamar cannot be throwing interceptions. I know it happens sometimes, but I'm more concerned about the fumbles. They cannot be fumbling the ball and losing the turnover battle. So the turnover battle is priority 1. They have to win that, in my opinion. Number 2, they have to get Gus Edwards and Justice Hill out in space and running. The offensive line has to be moving bodies at the line of scrimmage. And they're playing the number 1 rush defense in the NFL. The Lions, on average, give up less than 65 rush yards a game. That is phenomenal. We know the Ravens have struggled with Gus Edwards and Justice Hill at times. There's been times that they've moved the line of scrimmage and they've gotten those guys some space. But there's been other times that they've really struggled and Lamar's had to pick up that slack. This game I don't think you can put this whole game on Lamar's shoulders to run, pass, and do everything. He's going to need some help. This Lions team is too good for just a one-man show to win the game. Lamar's going to do his thing, don't get me wrong, and he's going to have to. But they have to handle the line of scrimmage in ways that more consistently than we've seen them do it this season. And it's going to be tough against an elite rush defense of the Detroit Lions. The third thing, and maybe the most important, or equally as important, is they have to keep their foot on the gas in the second half. We've seen it time and time and time and time again that they just seem like they just step off the gas in the second half offensively, and they just try to put it on the defense's shoulders to bring them home. They can't do that. They need to cut out the conservative second half play calling. And whatever it is they're doing, I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert in what's going on there, but it's very obvious that they're doing something differently in the second half than the first half. Are they not making adjustments after the defense makes adjustments at halftime? What are they doing? I don't know, but they need to stop. They need to put the pedal to the metal. I don't care if they're up by 14 points going in the third quarter. Keep your foot on the gas and try to blow the thing open. Don't start running the ball on first and second down. Do a quick little screen on third down, and then just punt it away. And the next thing you know, you're tied. It's I don't know why they do that. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments. But I get if there's like 5 minutes or 7 minutes left in the game and you're up a couple possessions, maybe start running clock. That's fine. But when you're in the third quarter, there's no reason to be going ultra conservative unless you're up by 40 points. But that's just my opinion. So they have to play a full, complete 4 quarters. The good thing is, I've mentioned this, and as you all know this, the Ravens seem to play whoever to the level of their competition. Okay, and so the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL. The Ravens, I believe, are going to play up to that. I would be shocked if they didn't. That's what I love about this team is they get up for the big games. And they're going to play the Lions tooth and nail to the very end. I think this is going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to be very, very close into the fourth quarter. I do think the Ravens are going to come away with a win. Maybe I'm just being biased, but I think the Ravens do a very good job of playing the top teams well. But it's going to depend on the three things I mentioned. They have to win the turnover battle. They can't be fumbling the ball and giving the Lions extra possessions. They have to move the line of scrimmage and get a solid running game going, which will help open up the passing game. And they have to keep their foot on the gas all four quarters, regardless of the score. If they do those three things, the Ravens will come away with a win. The defense is going to do their thing, but I will say this. This is going to be the first time we see the Ravens play an elite offense. Okay, and I know they've played, Joe Burrow. Well, Joe Burrow's had a calf injury. They've played several backup quarterbacks, DTR, Gardner Minshew, and they still lost. They played Kenny Pickett, who, in my opinion, is not an elite quarterback. Jared Goff is playing like an elite quarterback. So it's going to be very interesting to see this defense against an elite offense. They've been really, really good all season. We'll see what they're made of in this game against a very good Lions team. I can't wait. Let me know what you think the top keys are for the Ravens to win this game in the comments. And also comment your prediction of the game. I really want to know. That'll wrap up this episode of Flock Talk. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Again, if you are a Ravens fan and you're not subscribed, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, help me grow this channel. And I will see you all in the next video. Go Ravens!